Hi everyone, this is Miss Bree with Kids Club. Today we're going to read Junie B. Jones' Something Smells Fishy, and we're going to read chapters 1, 2, and 3. So this is the first page of chapter 1, which is called Pet Day. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. And guess what else? B rhymes with P, and P stands for pet. And pet reminds me of what happened at my school today. First, I was sitting at my table doing my work. Then all of a sudden, my teacher stood up and she clapped her hands loud. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. and that's all. Boys and girls, may I have your attention please? She said. I've got some very exciting news. Next week is National Pet Week, and to help celebrate our wonderful pets, Room 9 is going to have Pet Day. I springed up from my chair, real thrilled. Hooray, people! Hooray, hooray! We're going to have Pet Day! I shouted. My feet skipped all around the room because they wanted to spread the news. That's why. Pet Day! We're going to have Pet Day, Charlotte! Pet Day! We're going to have Pet Day, Jamal! Pet Day! We're going to have Pet Day, you meanie Jimmy I hate! Just then, Mrs. grabbed me by my spenders. Spenders is the grown-up word for the straps that hold your pants up. I looked around real worried. Yeah, here's the only problem, I said. If you pull off the spenders, boom, the pants fall down. Mrs. did a frown at me. Sit down right now, she said real scary. I did a gulp. Will do, I said. Then I hurried back to my seat, and Mrs. went to the front of the room again. She told us all the rules about Pet Day. She said that Pet Day will be next Monday. If you have a cat or dog, you can bring in his picture, and Mrs. will hang it up on the bulletin board. But please, boys and girls, no cats or dogs at school, okay? She said. The only animals you can bring to school are pets in cages. I springed up again. Whew, that was a close one, I said, because I have a dog named Tickle, and at first I thought I could only bring in his picture, but now I will bring him in a dog cage. Mrs. shook her head. No, Junie B, I'm afraid you didn't understand. No cats or dogs will be allowed at school at all. Not even if you bring them in cages. I'm going to decorate a special bulletin board for all the dog and cat pictures. I hung my head real disappointed. Shoot, I said, because a dog picture isn't even fun. That's why. Just then, my bestest friend named Grace waved her hand in the air. Can I bring my goldfish Slicky? She asked. Is a fishbowl the same thing as a cage? Mrs. smiled. Yes, Grace, a goldfish will be just fine. After that, my other bestest friend named Lucille raised her hand too. Teacher, guess what I'm going to bring? I'm going to bring a picture of my new pony. And also, I'm going to wear my expensive new riding outfit. That way, everyone will see how cute I look when I ride. Mrs. stared at Lucille a real long time. What a treat that will be, she said finally. Lucille poked me with her finger. I can't wait for Pet Day. Can you, Junie B? Just wait till you see how cute I look in my riding boots, she said. I didn't say anything back. She poked me again. Pet Day's gonna be fun, don't you think? Huh, Junie B? Don't you think Pet Day will be fun? Don't you? Just then, I leaned real close to her face. Do not poke me one more time, and I mean it, I grouched. What is so fun about bringing a dog picture, huh, Lucille? What's so fun about that? Huh? After that, I put my head on the table, and I covered up with my arms, and I didn't come out till the end of school. Chapter 2, The Secret About Twitter. Me and that Grace rode the bus home together. I did not speak to that girl, because she kept on being happy about Slinky. And what kind of crummy attitude is that? I walked in my house real glum. Grandma Helen Miller was babysitting my baby brother named Ollie. Uh-oh, looks like someone had a bad day at school, she said. I raised my hand very weakish. Me, Grandma, it was me. I am the one who had that bad day. After that, I gave her a paper from my teacher. It was the rules about Pet Day. Grandma Miller put Ollie in his swing. Then me and her sat on the couch, and I waited while she read the paper. Oh dear, she said. You can't take Tickle, can you? I shook my head real gloomy. Not even in a cage, I said. I did a sad sigh. Where's the justice here, Helen? I asked. Grandma smiled very understanding. Then she gave me a hug, and she said don't call her Helen. I don't know what to tell you, sweetie, she said. Unless you get another pet before Pet Day, I guess you're just going to have to accept this. My eyes started to cry a teeny bit. But Mother and Daddy won't buy me another pet, Grandma, because I already asked for a bunny and a goat and a bat and a rat, and they kept saying no, 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 no. Grandma read the rules again. Wait a second here, she said. Why didn't I see this before? It says you can bring a bird. I shrugged my shoulders. Yeah, so? So you can take my canary, she said. I'll let you take Twitter. I looked and looked at that woman. Then I patted her hand real nice, and I whispered a secret in her ear. Yeah, only here's the problem. I hate that dumb bird, I said. Grandma Miller looked surprised. You hate him? She said. You hate Twitter? She said. I showed her my finger. He pecked me, Grandma. He pecked my finger, remember that? And I didn't even do anything to that guy. Grandma Miller made squinty eyes at me. You put a potato on his head, she said. I would have pecked you too. I smiled, kind of nervous. It was a hat, I said real soft. After that, me and Grandma Miller sat there kind of stiffish, and we didn't talk for lots of minutes. Finally, I tapped on her. Do you have any other pets at your house? I asked. Any pets I'm not aware of? Grandma Miller laughed a little bit. Not unless we catch that crazy old raccoon that keeps breaking into our garage every night, she said. And then she laughed some more. And guess what? I laughed too, because that woman is a genius, I tell you. Chapter 3, The Boss. On Saturday, I got out of bed very thrilled. Then I run to the garage, and I grabbed the fishing net, and I zoomed right into the kitchen. Mother was eating cereal. Mother, guess why I have this fishing net? Guess, Mother, guess. I couldn't wait for her to guess. 'Cause today's the day I'm catching that crazy old raccoon, I shouted. Mother closed her eyes. No, Junie B, no, we already discussed this. Remember? We discussed the raccoon at dinner. I smiled very happy. I already know that. I already know we discussed the raccoon. Mother looked confused. But we said no, Junie B. We said you could not catch a raccoon. Raccoons have sharp claws and teeth, remember? Yes, of course I remember. That's how come I got this net, Mom. See how long the handle is? Now I'll be safe. Mother spelled the word no. N-O, no, she said. I stamped my foot. Y-E-S. Yes, I said back. I have to, Mother. I have to catch a raccoon for pet day. Grandma Miller even said I could, and she is the boss of you. Just then, a miracle happened, and it is called my Grandma Helen Miller walked right into my back door. Mother looked up. Oh, look, it's the boss of me, she said kind of grouchy. I run to my grandma very happy. Grandma Miller, I'm so glad to see you, because Mother said I can't catch a raccoon, so now you have to make her. I stood back to give her room. Okay, go, I said. Then I waited and waited, but Grandma didn't do anything. Okay, go, I said louder. Only just then I saw something that made me even happier, and it's called my grandma was wearing her fishing hat. My eyes popped out of that thing. Grandma, hey Grandma, you're wearing your fishing hat, and so that must mean you're going to the lake today. I ran to the front door. Is Grandpa Miller going to the lake with you? Is he out there in the truck? I looked outside. Hey, he is, Grandma, he is out there in the truck. Grandpa Miller, hey Grandpa Miller, Grandpa Frank Miller. Good news, I can come to the lake with you, I believe, because there's lots of raccoons to catch up there, even more than at your house. I zoomed back to the kitchen. Hey Grandma, hold my raccoon net. I will put on my clothes and be back in a jiffy. Jiffy is the nickname for Speedy Quick. Grandma Miller grabbed me by my PJs. No, honey, wait, she said. I'm afraid you can't come with us today. We're meeting some friends and we're already late. We just stopped by to borrow your ice chest. Just then, I felt very crumbling inside. Yeah, only I have to come, Grandma. I have to. Or how else will I catch a raccoon? Grandma Miller bended down to me. Yes, well, you see, that's another thing, sweetie. About the raccoon, I was just kidding when I said that, Junie B. I never dreamed you would take me seriously. Just then, my nose started to sniffle. Yeah, well, you dreamed wrong, Helen, I said. Grandma Miller hugged me real tight. Oh, come on, don't cry. There are lots of other animals you can catch for pet day, animals that are much nicer than raccoons. I shook my head real fast. No, they are not either, Grandma Miller. You are just saying that to trick me. Then I stood there a real long time. Because what if she wasn't tricking? What if there really was lots of other animals? Finally, I did a big breath. Okay, tell me the other animals, but this better be good. Grandma Miller did a smile. Wait right here, she said. Then she ran out to her truck and back again. She was hiding something behind her back. "Junie B, I've got someone who would love to meet you," she said. "Close your eyes and I'll put him in your hand." My tummy got butterflies in it. "What is it, Grandma? Will it tickle me? Will I like it? It won't bite me, will it, Grandma? Huh, it won't, right?" Then I closed my eyes real tight, and my grandma opened up my fingers, and she put the surprise right in my hand. That's the end of chapter 3 and the end of our video today. Bye!